All right, guys, I want to welcome y'all to Master Distiller. By the time this is all said and done, we're going to know which one of you all is the next Master Distiller. Now, along with your bragging rights you get with that, you're going to get a limited run of your liquor in a major distillery. That's awesome in itself.
We're going to be making a agave-based spirit inspired by the mezcals of Mexico. Chico, tell us all about it.
Agave spirits have been popular here since even before the border between the U.S. and Mexico existed. In Mexico, where these magical liquors were born, agave-based spirits are classified as mezcals. The most popular type of mezcal in the world is tequila. There are 166 different species of agave that can be used to make mezcal, but only one of them, the blue Weber agave, can legally be used to make tequila.
The core of the agave plant is pressed. The sap is extracted and cooked down to produce a high fructose syrup that ferments into an alcoholic mash known as musto.
And now that agave syrup is easy to source in the U.S., distilleries and home distillers are taking a crack at the agave spirit, adding their own American twist to this traditional Mexican liquor.
We're going to make it a little bit more challenging for you. You've got to make your mash in the woods. So y'all guys follow me. Well, guys, as you probably already know, I spent some time in Mexico, and I've seen the guys make mezcal. Now, you know, I'm a firefighter. I stop the fire. I don't start the fire.
This part of the process is what makes the smoky part of mezcal. This has been done for hundreds of years.
And it is tough. Show me what you made out of. You're gonna have 1 hour, and your time starts now.
My name is Andy Garrison. I'm 36 years old from Portland, Oregon. I am a professional distiller at a small boutique craft distillery making fruit brandy and whiskey. It's our local peaches. We make all these products only once a year when the fruit is in season, and then we wait until the fruit is back. I got interested in distilling maybe 15 years ago. I was an accountant, got really into home brewing, and one thing led to another, and eventually I quit my job and just sort of went full steam into distilling. So this is a malt whiskey. I think it probably still has 4 or 5 more years in the barrel. I probably make about 40 different spirits a year, split between fruit brandies, whiskeys, liqueurs, and I think one asset I have going into the competition is this is what I do every day. You know, this is how I make my living. And for me, that's a really big advantage.
Time check. You're about halfway. You got 30 minutes left. Andy, what you doing here?
I'm mixing up some warm water and black agave.
See, you got a full pot there. Takes longer when you get it full.
I think this is about where I need it to be. I know that the agave syrups can be a little bit low in some nutrients that the yeast really need to thrive. So there are some nutrients I'm going to add to build back in that profile.
My little watch here says you got about 5 minutes.
Hey, Mr. Mister, you know your burner's still cooking away.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Just keep an eye out for you.
I hope you done did all you can do. All right, I think the mash in is done. All right, let's get on out of here.
Time for a little mezcal. That delicious agave spirit inspired by the mezcals of Mexico.
Nobody's going home. It's just putting you in order to go into the still house.
You have 4 hours. We want your best agave spirit in the jar. You all done before 4 hours passes. Not 4 hours and 1 second. Your 4 hours begins now.
All of them use agave base, but they added stuff to it.
I seen what looked like some kind of berries in Mr. Mister.
Boy, it's a long way down here.
If you think that's something, why do you try to get back up?
How you doing, Andy?
You know, I don't know. I had a lot of worry about the ferment, thinking, you know, what's the worst possible thing that could happen? And then it happened. There's like no alcohol in here. Just needed a little bit longer.
Tell me about your mash here.
I had some concerns about it fermenting completely because I wasn't sure how the nutrient balance was.
I don't think you've fermented. You may have to pull a rabbit out the hat to make that work.
You just got no alcohol to work with. There's no coming back from it, really.
Yeah, he's done for.
How you doing, Andy?
There's like no alcohol in here.
He feels like he didn't add enough nutrients in it to start the yeast.
I have to turn something in. So I'm going to run some raw mash through it, keeping me in the competition.
Nobody's going home this first run. But if he can get his mash jump started, then Andy's still very much a contender.
Andy, I'd like to offer you my mash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were talking about that over here. That slop that's in the bottom of every mash barrel, that is the best nutrient on the planet.
You're welcome to some of mine, too,
God.
Yeah,
Thank you,
no
guys.
worries. Yeah, I got you.
It is a competition. In theory, I can just put it back in.
This should react, yeah, boom. Bring it back to life.
But that is who they are. You know, they're good people, and I think a lot of people involved in distilling and moonshining are the same way.
How you feeling about it now?
I think maybe I lost the battle, but the war is not yet over. It's kicking off.
All right, guys. It looked like you did a good run there. Some of you got big buckets and some got little buckets there. Y'all got your jars and everything. Andy, what's going on over there?
Well,
What happened in your run there?
I lived. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
get hurt.
You didn't
so-
blow up anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a plus. But yeah.
I know you had a
mean,
little problem with your mash.
No alcohol in the mash, no alcohol in the jar. I think I'm only still here because of the generosity of my peers here who
Yeah.
sort of dug into the bottom of their
Gotcha,
barrel
man.
and got me the yeast nutrients and yeast and kind of a fresh start for my mash, which didn't ferment.
Mash fermenting now?
It looked like it.
Let's start with Andy's, Tim.
Okay, well, this is Andy.
We know there's no alcohol.
He's a
in
little
it.
cloudy there.
You can't like visibly see the scars, but I'm sure I'll retain them.
It's got an agave nose on it.
That's got a nice aroma to it. Andy did a good job because he's got plenty of flavor. There's
Flavor's
just no
there.
alcohol.
There's no alcohol.
He's got something to work with.
I think he does. I definitely think he will have the next time we see him.